It's Madden NFL 23. And up next, we'll see the dual threat, Christian McCaffrey. He was terrific a week ago. Well over 100 yards and several stops in the end zone. It's the 49ers and the Rams. Coming up next.
The onset of fall weather is certainly a welcome occurrence for folks in Silicon Valley, and we've got football on a gorgeous day here in Santa Clara as we are situated at Levi's Stadium. Today it's week 4, and we've got what should be a great one here between the Los Angeles Rams and the San Francisco 49ers. Brandon Gaudin here with Charles Davis. As always, CD, you look at the Rams in this matchup. They know coming in they've got to be at their best because they're facing one of the better overall defenses in the NFL.
And this is not one of the better offenses around in terms of running the football. So they understand that they're going to be put to the test a bit. The big plays in the run game, they haven't been there of late. So maybe that means we'll see them shake things up a little bit. Some RPOs, some touch passes, some draw plays, anything to try and gain a little bit of momentum.
Seems like we were just starting training camp, but here we are in October, and off we go on EA Sports. Fielded just outside the goal line. And he's only going to make it to the 13-yard line and no further. The Rams offense ready. They're backed up to start their initial drive. Leading the charge at quarterback, the former Georgia Bulldog, Matthew Stafford.
Okay, I thought there was something to build on in last week's game by his performance. I thought he played fairly well overall.
So the drive's going to start with Pollard. And some room to run now. And way up past the 35 before he's taken down. 25 yards to pick up there. Also the first down. Opening quarter has already been carrying the game. I think they'll give it to him a few more times, as they should.
You're exactly right about that. With that type of a run, you want to repeat it many times until...
First down, and it's Pollard again. Credit him with a... Here's Stafford. He'll get this complete to Cooper Kupp. And I see an extra defensive back on the field. A little surprise here on 3rd and 1. Back to throw, Stafford. That's complete to John Ross. And he is going to have a Rams first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. Well, they kept it simple there, CD, only needing the short gain to move the chain, so they didn't want to go with a deep throw. They just go with that safer, shorter throw and able to convert.
Nothing wrong with that at all, partner. Check the box, right? Make sure you pick up the first down. Offense is getting established. You're moving the ball. You're not turning it over. Check, check, check. They like what they're doing early in the game.
They'll go with Pollard here on first down. Well, hold on here, because on that last run, it looks like we have a player who was shaken up. While they come out and take a look at him, we will step aside for just a moment. The first down run got 5. Here's 2nd and 5. To throw is Stafford. Swinging this out for Pollard. And he is out of bounds, but not before he's inside the 30. And we're going to stop play here, at least momentarily. It looks like there is a 49er who's in some discomfort. But the medical staff is going to come out here and take a look, and we will take a short break. They run straight ahead here with Pollard. And not able to break away this time as they're going to stop him right around the line of scrimmage. The loss loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's second down.
Part of their struggles last week was getting these negative plays on first and second down. That's something they have to be wary of as this game continues.
That loss of 3, a rare stumble on a promising drive. Here's second and 13. Here's Pollard again. And this time they were waiting for it as he'll be knocked down before he can get out to the line of scrimmage. No gain there, and now they're looking at a 3rd and 13. Throwing is Stafford. And that is incomplete. The kick by Bass is good. And the Rams have the first points here. It's 3-0.
Well, they started the drive backed up pretty deep, but a nice effort to overcome the field position, get into field goal range on the game's opening possession.
And Brandon, I think from where they started, the initial thought was, can we get 1 or 2 first downs and help out our defense after we pump the ball away to field position? As that drive went on, I think their sights got set a little bit higher. They were thinking touchdown, ended up settling in between and coming away with a field goal.
So here are the Niners now to get their first drive. And a look at a guy, definitely got a little razzle-dazzle to him. Can do it with his arm or his legs. Their mobile QB.
And he's playing at a very high level here in this early part of the season. In fact, he leads the NFL in passing yards. Now, that's not always an indicator of success, but in his case, it is.
The drive begins with a run by McCaffrey. And he'll manage to pick up about 4 at second down. The numbers for McCaffrey last week. The hat trick +1, 4 trips to the end zone with his legs.
And, partner, you know how all the guys do when they do that little symbol now about eating, right? Keep feeding me, feeding me. They just kept feeding him and feeding him, and next thing you know, he kept getting in the end zone.
Second down and right back to McCaffrey. And he's able to plow forward up to about the 29, just shy of the 30. Now Johnson off the play fake. Man open, that's Deebo Samuel. And he's going to have his first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. Those are the kinds of plays right there that show you why he's the number 3 man in the NFL in terms of receiving yards.
Also tells you there's a full combination of what he's got going in his game. You name it, from route running to catching the football. That's why he's able to produce those types of numbers.
Up the gut, McCaffrey. And he gets forward up the middle, but only for a couple. It'll be second down. The last run good for 2. Here's second and 8. Off the bootleg. Johnson. Looking left sideline. Incomplete. So the failure to connect on second down, that leaves him staring up here at a 3rd and 8. From the shotgun, he'll look to throw. This is caught at the 20. Well, that's how you convert on 3rd down with an explosive gain of 34.
There's no doubt in my mind that not many guys in this league have had the impact that he's had here in the first half of the season. He's been a big play guy from the word go and continues to be one with another one right there.
So a big play as it gets him all the way down to the 20 now for 1st and 10. Back to the ground attack here. It's McCaffrey. He'll get a nice chunk there on the first down run, and it's 2nd and 4. Back to throw. Johnson throwing into traffic there, and that's complete. And the 49ers are going to have a 1st and goal as he's taken down at about the 8-yard line. Looking to throw. Johnson. And they're going to get him. They bring him down to the sack back at the 16-yard line. It'll go as nearly a loss of 10 on 1st and goal, so a disaster there. It goes as a 9-yard loss on the sack. You know darn well both of these teams reviewed the film and saw that this defense had 5 sacks last week. They got to keep their QB upright.
And they're going to try their best to do exactly that. But they're facing a team where getting to the quarterback is a mindset. It's a mantra for them. And they play a game within the game. And you know what it is? let's race to the quarterback and see who gets there first.
Oh, boys, you got this.
Johnson to throw on second down. Looking end zone, but it's incomplete. This has been a long drive. You got to figure a field goal would be a letdown. Can they convert now on 3rd and goal? McCaffrey. And they'll get him down right around the 16. Only able to pick up a yard, and that's going to leave him with a long 4th and goal. Such a long drive here. 3 points. That would be a disappointment, but I don't know if you can go for it here, can you?
Well, you know, the defense was really giving them a lot all the way downfield, and now they've stiffened. Forget that bend, don't break. Now they don't even want to let them get a yard, do they? So in this spot, remember what the coaches told us before the ball game? Any drive that ends with a kick is going to be okay with us, whether it's a punt, a field goal, or an extra point. Take the field goal right here.
So he's been automatic to this point of the season, and he connects on the field goal there.
And what a luxury it is to have a kicker you can depend upon, partner, because he hasn't missed all year long. Converts on that one as well. And kudos to you. You didn't jinx him.
Let's take it in at the goal line. And the decision to bring it out, not a good one, as he's tackled it to 15. So the Rams coming back onto the field, their second drive of the game. Now, early on, you know, Charles, every game could be called a measuring stick game. But I think when it comes within your division like this, it's a measuring stick game with a little extra intrigue.
I would agree with that totally, because all division games have a little extra to them. But I like where this game is situated, because at this stage of the season, it has that little extra juice, but at the same time, it's not a make or break if this were, let's say, week 15, 16, somewhere in that neighborhood.
On first down, Stafford here. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. But fortunately, he's able to recover his own fumble, or that could have been trouble. Points 1, 2, and 3 in their defensive game plan was to get to the quarterback and knock the ball free. They did it there. Luckily, offense hangs on to it.
Yeah, that's got to serve as a wake-up call, though, because they can't afford to let the ball go over to the defense and miss opportunities. And I'm not saying it happened here, but you know what a good rule of thumb is when a play like that occurs? You know who usually recovers it? The guy who missed his block and let his quarterback get hit.
So they keep the ball, but work to do on 2nd and long. Another try after the first down sack. Stafford throwing for his running back, and he's got him complete. And he'll go down after losing yardage at the 10. It'll be a loss of 2, maybe 3 on the play, and it's going to be 3rd down and forever. This defense for the Niners, they were very good in the win over Dallas a week ago.
And that's not the half of it. They forced 7 turnovers in that game, and I know we always talk about turnovers coming in bunches once you force the first one, but 7? That seems almost impossible, but we watched it happen.
He's going to air one out. He's got a man complete. And they'll get this down to around the 47-yard line.
When teams practice their plays during the week, they're hoping that it's going to pay off on game day. So it sure has to feel good for them when they hit them during a game, and they hit that one there for big yardage.
So the line of scrimmage moves all the way across the 50 now as they come up 1st and 10. Now a give here to Pollard. And he'll lose yardage here. Back at the 47. Maybe just a slight detour on what's been a strong drive. Here's 2nd and 11. A shotgun snap for Stafford. Got a man open. It's Ross. Play number 7 coming on this drive. It's 3rd and inches. Now it's Stafford off the bootleg. Rolling to his left. Man open. It's Cup. He's got it. And this will move the chains again as the tackle's going to be made at the 49ers 23. A tight one after one on EA Sports. The Rams with the football here to begin the second quarter. They had to settle for 3 last drive, hoping this second go-around ends in 6.
in good position, 1st and 10. He gets this into the hands of Cup once again. And they're going to get this down inside the 15. Here's 2nd and a yard. Stafford looks to throw again. And it'll be intercepted. Picked up by Charvarius Ward. And the 49ers are going to get the football here as the ball will come out to the 20.
Definitely not the ideal time to see that mistake, partner, because this is still a one-possession game, and that's at least a field goal that just vanished with that turnover. Now, pressure's on defensively to prevent that pick from turning into points for the other side.
Out comes Christian McCaffrey with the rest of the offense. First month of the season, those numbers pretty solid. Does he continue that?
I think so, because when you come out of the gate this strong, that means that you have planned for it and you like the results that you're getting. So I wouldn't have any doubt that the head coach, offensive coordinator, actually called him in and said, look, you're our guy, okay? We're going to continue to stick with this as long as we're winning games. You ready for the challenge? And then they presented it to the rest of the team.
Now the pressure comes and he goes down. Just inside the 10, back at the 9. Dean Lowry in there to bury him for a loss of 11.
Now that was a passer's nightmare. The front door totally shut down by the defense, so he kept going backwards, hoping to find another avenue of escape. It didn't exist.
The Niners on 3rd down. They've been okay, 2 for 3 thus far. This will be 3rd and forever. Right side, and he finds Gray. And he's going to be taken down. Plus, there's a penalty flag in the backfield. They may get 15 more on top of this. Ouch, you thought you had the defensive stand. Roughing the passer wipes it out.
What does every defense talk about? 3 and out, right? Thought they were able to get off the field. Not so.
And he'll take this ahead for about 4. 2nd down coming up. Line of scrimmage, the 24. This is 2nd and 6. Back to throw. Johnson. That's going to be caught by Samuel. 2nd catch for him today, and it'll wind out the 1st down. Niners have come to September. They've got to be pleased with the start of this season, obviously.
Yeah, and you're talking about 3 good quality wins. It's got people in the locker room excited, not overly so, but that quiet confidence is starting to build. They're starting to believe that this could be their year if they stay on track.
Out of the pistol, McCaffrey. He'll get this up to about the 44. 3 yards on that last carry. Here's 2nd and 7. Looking to throw. Johnson got his man complete over the middle. That's Gray. Trying to keep the drive going here. This is play number 7 on 3rd and 2. Throwing there, but this pass is going to wind up incomplete.
And that's a crusher right there. Had his man open for a 1st down. Threw a fastball when that wasn't necessary. Incomplete pass. When are these quarterbacks going to learn? You don't get extra points for how hard you throw the football.
And the Rams now coming out on the field. As the offense comes out here, Charles, remember they threw the interception last time out, but they were moving the football down the field. Looked like they were going to have a sustained drive that ended in points, but then the pick ensued.
And because of that, there's no way you can call the last drive a success. Yes, there are things to build on because they found some play calls that work. Now, they've got to build another drive and find a way to avoid the turnover the play did on the last one.
On 2nd and 7, Stafford. And his throw is incomplete. They head to the line facing a 3rd and 7 following the incompletion on 2nd down. Here's Stafford. And the Niners get there and bring him down. Multiple defenders getting home there for a loss of 11.
I spent a lot of extra time preparing for this game watching this offensive line because they gave up 5 sacks last week in their loss. They just gave up another one now. They don't seem to be working together as a cohesive unit. Right? 4 guys might have it right, but the 5th guy is giving something up. They've got to find a way to all get on the same page.
Blake Gillikin on the punt now on 4th down.
It'll be a 39-yard punt, 4 on the return. And San Francisco gets set to go here.
Defense got the better of them last series, forcing a punt. See if they make a few changes in the game plan here and try to get points out of this drive. 1st and 10.
They'll start on the ground here on 1st down. And he'll muscle his way up to the 43 for a pickup of right around 5.
Another run with McCaffrey on 2nd down.
And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. Johnson now to throw on 3rd down. Open man is Samuel, complete. So he stopped for no gain. And that's going to bring up a 4th down.
Excuse my snarkiness here, but isn't the idea of completing a pass supposed to mean you get downfield and gain yards?
Especially on 3rd down.
Yeah, that one. How about the defense? Figured that one out in a big way. Yeah, they completed it all right and lost yardage.
Aaron Siposs on to punt as he'll get this one away now.
And that hits at the 6 and carries into the end zone for a touchback.
The Rams ready to go on offense.
The crowd may be losing just a little bit of the edge after back-to-back punts.
They want some big plays. They want to see some offense. They want to see somebody break away, whether it's through the air or on the ground. Now it'll be interesting to see where the patience is on both sides. Each head coach, can you hang in there and not try and force something that could put your team in some jeopardy?
Operating from the 27 now. Here's 2nd and 3. Now it's Stafford. Got a man open. It's Tyler Higbee. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line.
Stafford to Higbee there. Rams 1st down.
Hide receivers in certain situations, but a guy of his size can't really hide him. But the tight end drag route, definitely an effective way to sneak him across the formation for an easy completion and a 1st down.
It'll be a handoff to Pollard. And not much there at all. Maybe a yard up to the 43. Here's 2nd and 9. Just a yard on that last run. From the gun, here's Stafford.
He tries to force it in, and it's intercepted. Picked up by Ambry Thomas. And the Niners are going to take possession of the football.
If you combine last week and this week, he's got a hat trick going because he had 2 interceptions a week ago.
He's seeing the ball so well and understanding where receivers are, positioning. I mean, just watching him work with such great technique and paying it off by actually catching the ball when he has a chance, he's helping his team in a huge way.
And the 49ers getting set to trot out there.
They'll have very good starting field position here as they try to break our tie. And they start 1st and 10. They run with McCaffrey off the option.
And he'll manage to pick up about 4. It's 2nd down.
Second down and right back to McCaffrey.
A pickup of about 3 yards as he's taken down at the 31.
Coming up here looking for 3 yards to pick up the 1st.
Out of the gun now on 3rd down. That's to McCaffrey, complete.
And he is going to have a Niners 1st down, and he was able to get it by play. A gain of 8 on 4th and 3.
8 yards there on a 1st down.
Second quarter, 2 minutes to go. Tie ball game.
We remind you that coming up at halftime, we'll take you to Orlando and Jonathan Coachman. Coach will have highlights and analysis of this first half, one that's featured no touchdowns as of yet on either side.
So his job's a little bit easier for this halftime.
Need to give the coach some highlights here.
Yes, we do.
Now a draw play to McCaffrey. And now they're in inside the 10 as he's brought down at the 9.
44 yards rushing on 12 carries for him now.
I think they like this drive a little bit better there, partner. Running game helping out, picking up some of the slack. Because remember the last drive, they went 3 and out.
A kicker fest so far, all points via field goals. They're hoping to change that right here. Sends it out toward the sideline. Kittle brings it in for the completion.
The 49ers now going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with just over a minute to go before halftime.
Such a tough position to defend near the line, even when you add a second defender, but the big man shrugged off the extra body and made the play call a success.
Here's Johnson looking to throw on second down.
That's caught by Deebo Samuel. Touchdown, San Francisco.
A great effort there with touchdown number 7 on the year.
And the 49ers will take the lead here in the final minute of the first half. Well, Charles, he's still a young signal caller in this league, second year in the NFL. And I don't know if last year as a rookie, if he would have worked through his progressions like he did on that touchdown pass.
I think you're right about that. We're seeing him grow up right in front of our eyes because when he went to his primary read, he recognized.
I believe they buzzed down. They're going to take another look at this play with all reviews coming from the replay official here in the final 2 minutes of the half. They're taking a peek at whether or not those feet were in bounds, and obviously a big call here in the end zone.
And not just the feet. How about the hands? How is the ball possessed while the feet are hopefully getting down in bounds? That's what they're trying to look at to see if it all comes together.
So they called it a touchdown originally. This will stay a touchdown after the video review, so they had it right.
Point after, right down the middle. And the lead is now 10-3. So this drive spans 7 plays.
And it's Deebo Samuel who caps things with a touchdown reception.
The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away.
And there will not be a return here. It's a touchback, and it'll come out to the 25-yard line. The Rams going to take over late in this first half. And with just under a minute to go, they might try to think about mounting a drive here if they can and get in the end zone. Could potentially tie this game up.
They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive.
Stafford for the 3rd time is intercepted. Picked up by Amber Thomas. And the 49ers are going to take possession of the football. An unfortunate sequence there, trying to get points before intermission, but now the interception, and their opponents have a chance to possibly pad their lead.
Yeah, they had an opportunity there, and they weren't able to capitalize on it, and that's something that could come back and haunt them later. They're begging their defense now to keep them from scoring before the half ends.
Out comes Christian McCaffrey with the rest of the offense. We're in the second quarter. They've got the lead. The lead, though, not so much because of the ground game, because of their air attack, Charles.
So what they're seeing so far is the possibility of things loosening up later in the ground game. Through the air first, maybe they have to start respecting that even more as the game goes on, and then there will be running lanes to find later.
Yeah, try to get him more involved here on this drive, maybe.
He's going to drop this down to McCaffrey. And they'll work this down inside the 30.
Now San Francisco going to call their second timeout as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the first half. Well, they were handed great starting field position on this drive, but now they face a 3rd and 4. Back to throw. Johnson. Under pressure, and down he goes. They sack him back at the 36.
Aaron Donald in there to get him, and that is sack number 6 now for him on the year.
They were in the top 5 in sacks in the league coming into this one. That's their 3rd one in this game. Obviously, pass rush has been a strength of this team all year long.
And apparently they're not satisfied with top 5. They want to climb that ladder.
Yeah, I think it goes back to their offseason. They decided to make it a priority, and it's working out.
On 4th down, Kyle Shanahan will send out the field goal unit. And quite a bit of pizza in this box. It's a 53-yard attempt. And his kick is indeed good. And that will do it for this first half. So we reach halftime here in a 10-point game. As we'll send you back over to Orlando with our EA Sports Halftime Report, here's Jonathan Coachman.
All right, Brandon, thanks very much. A lot to get to here as we say goodbye to September and take a look around the NFL here on this first day of October. We'll start by heading out west to Glendale, Arizona. And an 11-point game there as they come upon halftime. Saquon Barkley, a touchdown run in that first half. From there, we move to H10 on the ground. Lastly, we head to the Gulf Coast and check on the Bucs at home in Tampa. And they were winners in that one as they defeat the visiting Seattle Seahawks. Gardner Minshew, excellent in the victory as his guys move to 3-1 after 4 games. On now to a look at the next-gen stats. Meanwhile, for the Niners, we check out their numbers on the ground as they'll try to keep the momentum going into the second half.
All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. It's the 49ers out in front, and they will get the football first as well as we are back and started in the second half. And that decision to bring it out ends up not being a good one. Costs him about 5 yards as he's tackled into 20. So here are the Niners to take over on offense. They're on a 3-game winning streak, and right now looking good in this one as well. Now Johnson throwing to start the drive. Got a man, and he hits him in stride. And he's got it past the 30 before he's hit and dropped. Just his second catch of the game so far. This one moves the chains.
And now we get into the psychology of the whole thing because a lot of teams with a 2-score lead in the third quarter, they almost become defensive with their offense, just playing not to lose. I think with this team, you got to figure at this point, this is a great spot for them to go into attack mode, really try and put the hammer down and finish this one off.
Off the option, here's McCaffrey. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. 58 yards rushing for him now as he's carried it 13 times.
That's a nice run right there, able to get to the outside, and so many times defenses say, okay, we've got you hemmed in. But if you're running the football, at least you know where everyone is coming from. You don't have to worry about the backside at all. That allows you to run with a little bit more confidence as you traverse down the field.
Back-to-back good plays have him on the move on first down. Looking to throw. Johnson. And he'll dump this off to his running back, McCaffrey. And he goes out of bounds and looks like right at the 50. From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. That's caught. It's McCaffrey again. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work this to the 45. They'll try and pick it up with McCaffrey. Able to slither by. And past the 35, he'll be dropped a yard or two shy of the 30. 13 yards there on a Niner first.
We don't talk about it very often, but sometimes there's a dip in intensity when you start the second half, which can manifest itself in some sloppy tackling. And how about right there? He ran right through that weak tackle attempt.
From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10. They stay on the ground. McCaffrey again. Call it a full 3 yards in the wrong direction there. Brings up 2nd down.
I thought he did a nice job there setting an edge and making sure nothing could get to the outside. But he decided that wasn't enough for him. Worked his way back inside and made the tackle on the ball carrier.
That loss of 3, a rare stumble on a promising drive. Here's 2nd and 13. McCaffrey on the counter. And he'll be taken down at the 34. A long way to go here on 3rd down for the 8th play of the drive. Back to throw. Johnson. He's going to fire one deep left sideline. And that That is incomplete. Oh, he had it and dropped it. That is an unforced error there, and it takes away what could have been a touchdown.
And this one is right down Broadway. And the lead stretches 16-3 now.
Well, they picked up right where they left off in the first half. First drive after the break, they come away with 3 and increase that lead.
Yeah, and you just want to keep building on that lead, don't you? Whether it's 6 points or 3 points, take everything you can get, keep maneuvering, keep adding to it, keep making it difficult for them to come back.
Out come the Rams. They'll have it first here to begin the third quarter.
And their deficit a little wider now than it was at halftime following the field goal a moment ago.
But the goal is still the same because you know they want to come out, establish a rhythm in the second half, and get going. Make no mistake about it, though. Kicking field goals, not in their game plan. They need to get the ball in the end zone.
And this will be a gain of 5 as he gets it to the 30. Ball on the 30. They'll come up with a 2nd and 5. Stafford. Throw right side, going to be caught by Higbee. Stafford on first down.
That's caught. It's Tutu Atwell. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work this to the 45.
Well, if my calculations are correct here, and I think that they are, he's now over 55,000 career passing yards.
Well, you did get a fine education in the Midwest, my friend, so I know that happened, okay? I know those Butler Bulldogs very proud of what they sent out there, so I'm trusting your numbers. 55,000 yards? Wow. I mean, what more can you say?
Yeah.
Wow.
He was already in the top 10. Now he just keeps climbing toward the top.
A throw over the middle, taken in. And he's going to be taken down at the 28-yard line.
It's taken a while for this offense to get going. A little creaky at the start, but they're oiled up now. A nice throw there, and they're really putting together a good drive.
Still in search of their first touchdown of the game, but they're on the move. 1st and 10. To the air again, Stafford. And it's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect. So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on first down. Play action, Stafford.
Open man is Ross, complete. And he'll be brought down at about the 23-yard line.
Play number 7 now coming up on the drive. 3rd and 5. Stafford.
And this is incomplete. Oh, that looked like a sure 6 points, but he could not get that to stick, and that is a golden opportunity wasted there. The kick by Bass is good.
And the lead is down to 10 now at 16-6.
So the 3 points there, and CD, that helps him inch a bit closer.
Yeah, partner, when you're losing, any points you see go on the board in your favor, you're happy to take them.
Fields it right around the goal line. San Francisco set to go on offense once more. Last time out, you remember their drive stalled, but thanks to their kicker, booted a long field goal to at least get them 3. Now here they'll try to do better and find the end zone.
And in our experience, how much fun is it for coaches to know that they've got a kicker who can nail it from long distance? Now, the hard part is, as an offensive play caller, you don't want that in your head too much where you're relying on it, and he goes out and gets the job done for them. But I'm quite sure he would be content to just kick extra points from here on out.
Yeah, absolutely no question. I think his teammates would be okay with him just kicking the extra points as well.
A loss of a yard there to start out. That leads to a 2nd and 11. Looking to throw. Johnson. Over the middle, complete to Samuel. And he'll be dropped at the 36. It's a good gain of 18 on a play that originated back at the 18.
And that's a more than acceptable read right there because it's zone coverage, so timing is everything. This time he waits for his man to come open, puts it right on him, and they pick up a first down.
So from the 36 now, 1st and 10.
from the gun. Johnson returns it right back to Samuel. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. 12 more yards for him there. It's a first down. And a good quarterback facing zone coverage. If he has just a little bit of time to survey the scene, that's what's going to happen.
No doubt about it. If there's no pressure, he's going to continue to pick them apart because he'll have all that time to find someone open downfield. You can only cover for so long. So maybe they want to go to a zone blitz scheme, get a little bit more pressure. Remember when Carolina did that against Denver? They lost the game ultimately. They dropped the defensive end out, and he ended up with an interception in that game in Super Bowl 50. Maybe some sort of scheme like that to try and get more pressure at the passer.
And this is going to be another first down as the tackle is going to be made at the Rams 36. James.
That's another beautiful throw right there. Gets it to his man right in stride. And I think that throw kind of exemplifies what we've seen from this offense throughout this game. They've been in rhythm. They've been sharp. They've been on it. And they pick up another first down there.
On first down, this is McCaffrey. Well, he shifts past him. And he's able to work his way down inside the red zone to the 19-yard line. 88 yards for him on the ground now as he has been terrific here this afternoon.
I think we're seeing the effect that runs like that are starting to have on this game. They're a little bit slower, that front seven, reacting to the football, almost like body blows in boxing, slowing them down, and they're really starting to take over in this game.
So here's a 1st and 10 now, down inside the 20. They'll go option to the short side, and he's only going to get a yard from the 20 to the 19. Final minute now of the third quarter. Johnson to throw on second down. This one into the hands of Kittle, the tight end. And they've got this down to about the 12-yard line. Johnson now on 3rd and 2. And he fires one, but incomplete.
I see the surprise in your face there, partner. That is a rare incompletion from him. He's been on point this entire game.
He has percentage completion-wise way up. Not that time. And his kick here is good. And that will extend their lead even further. So the lead grows here incrementally, but I think the way their defense is playing, you feel okay with just getting through.
They've definitely been stout so far, but now that can all change because if one guy gets loose for 70 yards, this is a different game. But as it stands, field goals are good. Just keep adding to that lead.
The Rams offense now making their way out to take over. And tough to win games if you're going field goal, field goal, field goal here. They got field goal last time. Now they'll be looking for a touchdown.
They're looking for the big chunk now because, as you noted, the field goal way of doing it makes it that much harder and puts more pressure on every possession for you now. Go ahead and get 6 and feel a lot more comfortable about the position they're in.
Bigger chunks. We'll see if they can get the score. They're not going to get to the line to run another play. So we will switch ends as the third quarter has come to a close. You are watching the NFL on EA Sports. At the 23, it's 2nd and 12. A shotgun snap for Stafford. Well, that'll be incomplete. Well, he took a shot as he let that go. And it's going to bring up a 3rd down. Throwing on 3rd down, Stafford. Got a man open, it's Ross. And he's going to be brought down short of the first at about the 31-yard line. So 8 yards on the completion there, and that's going to make it 4th down.
So much about this game is just understanding situations and then having to execute, isn't it? Guard the first down sticks. Don't let them get there. And they rallied and made the tackle.
Here comes the Rams punter now as he'll kick it away for the 2nd time. This is taken at about the 14. Officially, that'll go as a 52-yard punt. Not too shabby.
San Francisco's offense returns to the field.
Well, there are 2 scores on the plus side. Still time here in this fourth quarter, but maybe you start thinking about playing keep away?
Yeah, I think here's the situation. You're not thinking touchdowns anymore. You're just thinking first downs. To keep up with your theme there playing keep away, first downs, they can't touch the ball.
Johnson's throw caught by Gray. 5 yards remain on second down.
Off the bootleg. Johnson. Sideline throw. It's complete. And a nice job there of keeping the toes in bounds. Here's Johnson from the gun on third down.
He'll get this underneath to McCaffrey. And he is going to have a 49ers first down, and comfortably so, as he gets 5 there on 3rd and a yard.
And it appears we've got a member of the Rams shaken up on that last play.
Well, now they're going to come out and take a look at this injury, and we'll be back in a moment.
Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10.
McCaffrey running up the middle. And he'll work this forward for about 3 at second down. The last run got 3. Now here's 2nd and 7.
Off play action. Johnson. And the Rams got him. They bring him down. Leonard Floyd, the old Georgia Bulldog, finding his way into the backfield.
This is a little hard for me to compute because I'm watching sack after sack happen, but somehow they're still behind in the game. I would expect all of this defensive pressure to translate to them taking a lead, and thus far, it hasn't happened. Time's winding down. They don't want to waste this type of performance from these ace pass rushers.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. Over the middle, that's complete to McCaffrey.
And he'll get it up to the 33-yard line. 3 yards, all they could muster there, and it'll bring up 4th down.
We can make this one pretty simple. Locked up all of his progressions downfield, forced to get it to his running back. But how about the way they ran to the football and knocked it down to force a 4th down?
Here comes the 49ers punter now, as he'll come on to kick this one away.
Fair catch called for and made at the 16 or maybe the 17-yard line.
So a change of possession here on the punt.
And the Rams will go on offense here with a 1st and 10. Stafford and the Rams come up 1st and 10
at their own 18.
They'll run with Pollard to begin the drive.
And that play going absolutely nowhere as he's belted before he could get out of the backfield. That's going to wind up a loss of a full 3 yards on 1st down. And the trend continues here in the 4th like it was in the 1st, 2nd, and 3rd. He's had nowhere to run.
And you're probably thinking to yourself, why do they keep feeding him the football? Well, they trust him first and foremost. They do believe that over time he might actually pop one of these runs. The bottom line is he takes care of the ball well for them, so they'll keep handing it to him.
Oh, a hit. He lost the football. Stafford puts it on the ground. And now this is scooped up by the 49ers. And he will bring this one back. It's a fumble return for a 49er touchdown. We know this defense has some playmakers. We saw it right there. Well, really, we've seen it the whole game.
Isn't it nice to see that on the opposite side of the ball? Respect, my man, respect. The defensive guys are outscoring their opposing offense.
Yeah, they're outscoring him indeed with that score alone. Now the Niner offense is back on the field, and they're going to try for 2 here.
They go with McCaffrey.
And he's going to go down right at the line of scrimmage. The defense left him with nowhere to go, and the try for 2 is denied. So not only the cough up, but then the pickup on the other side, the scoop, and the score the other way. The fumble return for a touchdown.
And no chance to get away as they'll get him down at about the 17-yard line. The football going back to the Rams now. Even though they were able to force the punt defensively, still a big hole to climb out of, especially at this late stage of the contest.
Now a 1st down throw. Stafford.
Swinging this out for Pollard.
So give him 2 yards there on the completion, and that'll make it 2nd down.
Throwing is Stafford. Pollard here once again, back-to-back catches. The Rams on third down, 3 for 7 so far in this game. This will be 3rd and 6. Now Stafford. And he can't find anywhere to go with it, and he goes down. Drake Jackson drops him for a loss of 12, and it also brings up 4th down. A rough couple of weeks for the man under center. 5 sacks last week, 4 now this week. Do you try to design some quicker developing plays if you're an offensive coordinator?
I think you do that. I think you also change his launch point at times. In other words, move your pocket to the right, to the left, roll him out, bootleg him. Do some different things so they can't just rely on the fact that he's going to take 3 to 5 steps back in the pocket and line up and throw the football.
Yeah, current formula's not working right now. Nice punt, but good work on the return to get back 11 yards. And San Francisco gets set to go here.
Well, the win for them at this point seems pretty assured. I mean, still a decent amount of time left here in the 4th quarter, Charles, but you got the football, you're up 3 scores. They have to be feeling really good about where they're at.
I love your observation skills, partner, because I think you saw them charge onto the field fired up about another chance to get into the end zone. Looks to me like this group is ready to crush any hope left on the opposing sideline, and they want to do it with some gusto, too.
Johnson's throw taken in by Samuel.
And he's going to get this all the way down inside the 35. 7 catches for him now, and this last one, a 1st down. Well, clear running situation, trying to take time off the clock. He ran the previous play, set that play action up nicely.
Boy, did they ever, because they'd shown the ability to run the football. So now you lose your keys as a defense. You dive for the running play, and they hit them over the top.
From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. They'll give it up to McCaffrey, and he is going to lose yardage here. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
When a draw works, it can be a thing of beauty. But when it doesn't, oh, it can be ugly. And in this case, loss of yardage ugly.
Another run with McCaffrey on 2nd down.
And he'll be upended at the 33 following a gain of 3. And guess what? It brings up 3rd down. It's a gain of maybe 3, but it's going to leave him with still about 8 or 9 to go on 3rd down.
They'll come to the line here needing 9 yards to pick up the 1st.
Third down, here's McCaffrey. No gain there on the play, and that's going to leave him with a 4th down. The 49ers are going to turn over to the special teams crew. The field goal unit is out there now. On the right hash, officially, this will be a 51-yard attempt. And his kick is absolutely perfect, and that will extend their lead even further. That was perfect. From distance, he steps up, knocks it right down Main Street.
And Main Street's celebrating right now with him, aren't they? I love the mechanics of the whole thing. Snap, hold, everything was right on target, and the blocking was perfect, and he executed so well.
And not a good return here at all, as he'll be forced to start at the 12-yard line.
And now out on the field, here comes Los Angeles.
Well, probably not much that they can do at this point, CD. Down 3 scores late in the 4th quarter. This is going to be a little too much to overcome, you would think.
Yeah, they'll go down swinging, but in the end, I think we saw the writing on the wall a while back, because one team was clearly better than the other in this one. And while it didn't quite reach blowout status, I think we knew who was going to win this one well before we got to this stage.
And he's able to get up here to the 26. Now they got to get to the line quickly. On 1st down at Stafford. Finding a safety valve here. That's complete. The Rams going to go ahead and use the first of their timeouts, as the clock will stop with just under 30 seconds left to go. From the 30 on 2nd down, Stafford. That's going to be knocked away and incomplete. So after the 2nd down incompletion, they'll come up now against a 3rd and 6. Stafford looks to throw again. Had his hands on it, couldn't bring it in. Pretty symptomatic of how this game's been going.
And that's another play that's painted the picture of this game overall. It's been a blowout. It's been continually fueled by big turnovers and stops for one side and an inability to advance the ball from the other.
Desperation time for Stafford on 4th down. He's got him in, complete. And he's got to be out of bounds, but not before he takes it inside the 40. On 1st and 10, Stafford. And that one going to be off target and incomplete. An incomplete pass on 1st down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. Now Stafford. He's going to flip one out here to his running back. And the play goes nowhere. Losing yardage back near the 40 at the 39. So the victory here for San Francisco. And we talked so much about the turnover battle determining who wins and who loses. This game, no exception. They didn't turn the ball over at all, and they go on to victory.
They look like a smooth operation in this one, didn't they? Because you look at every facet of the game, they handled their business. Offense took care of the football, converted it into points. Defense took the ball away, gave it back to the offense. Special teams right there with them. That's the type of game a coach is going to really love and value. And when they show the film, they have to be careful not to give out too many kudos and kill their motivation going forward.
So for San Francisco, that early momentum continues here as they